off.
Got it.
We're recording. We're live. We're doing this fucking thing.
I love how it's super cold out and we're talking to somebody out of North Dakota. I feel like the vibes are right.
It's negative 30 right now, so I got you guys beat.
It's negative 30 up there?
How do you even handle that, dude?
Heat. You stay inside. You don't go outside ever.
What?
It's the worst. I don't know why we live here. It's the craziest thing. I don't know. We just do. It's good money up here, I guess. You know, good economy. So.
And that's when you start making beats. You start making beats and you start writing lyrics, and that's how you become a rapper? Is that how that works?
Yeah, there's nothing else to do. I'm stuck in the house all day, so I got to figure something out.
Start the show. The Good Life with DT. It's Nicole. Welcome to the Good Life.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. Good Life. These boys are crazy.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. What? A Good Life.
So we got Dakotah Faye on today, man.
Yes, sir.
Dude. I don't know. So Strawstone put on this thing last year called Four Winds, and we were next door. I think we had to wait all day because we were with Phil Good and Alieska waiting for them to play next door. And I was cutting through waiting room, and I saw this dude on stage, and I was just like, I just like froze. I was like, yo, this is like I listen to rap, I listen to hip hop sometimes. It's not like my main genre, but when I saw you on stage and I heard your voice and everything, I was like, this dude sounds a bit different than what I'm used to, man. So, yeah, I was super impressed with your music up there for sure, dude.
Thank you. I take a lot of pride in kind of being surprising people. I've definitely had that reaction before, so I always take it as a compliment. I think that's awesome. You know, you never know what to expect coming from a guy named Dakotah from North Dakota, especially being a rapper. You know, it's not like a thing that we have a bunch of up here, so it's always good to get out of state and be on new stages and get to meet people like you.
Yeah, I remember Strawstone introduced him, and he said, this guy's coming from North Dakota, and I was walking back to the green room when he said it, and I was like, oh, it's a dude from North Dakota. That's kind of weird. And then I walked back out and heard him, and I was like, oh, fuck. Like, okay. Like, yeah, okay. Like, don't judge the book by its cover anymore. Got it.
For sure.
Lesson learned.
I don't think there's, like, really any expectations. You hear, like, a artist from North Dakota, and you're kind of intrigued because you're like, the hell, they got people in North Dakota? I didn't even know there was
Right.
anybody inhabited up there. And then you hear, you know, I don't know. I think for me, being in the area that I'm from and not really having, you know, bigger artists that have made it throughout the years to look up to and kind of developed a sound, I know for me personally, I just, you know, I've taken from my favorite artists from all over the country, you know, different styles and stuff like that. So I think it's kind of an advantage to not be kind of put in a certain box to make a certain kind of music. It's definitely helped me, you know, make music.
So
And you've gotten oh, go ahead, Squally.
Are you more inspired by Canadian rappers or American rappers?
Oh no, definitely American. I couldn't even. I'll say
question.
that. I know it's very like, you know, away from the popular opinion right now, but I've always loved Drake. Drake has always been one of my favorite artists. Just this style of music that he's made. So I guess you could say I don't really like any other Canadian rappers. I don't even know who that would be. Like
Your style, definitely. Yeah, listening to your music, I can see you're a Drake fan. I've been always big into like rhyme sayers and that kind of shit.
Same, for sure. They're definitely big up
when
here.
I saw you on stage, an artist named Greaves came to mind.
Oh yeah, dude, I love Greaves.
That's why I stopped, because you reminded me a lot of Greaves for some reason, and I was like, Greaves is probably one of my favorites, man.
He's an incredible artist. He's actually coming on tour. He's coming back to North Dakota. Love to jump on that, but, you know, we'll see. But I love Greaves, the whole Rhyme Sayers, all those guys, you know, Atmosphere. Us being so close, North Dakota, we're right next door. So always going to Soundset every year when they had it was awesome. Yeah. Seeing all those Rhyme Sayers. You know, Prof is Prof. There's just incredible artists on that entire label. So
POS
definitely
was
big
always
compliment.
another one of my big I used to love POS, dude. He was
POS
awesome.
is dope, too. I just did he just did a project with Dwarnell Rowland, artist from Minneapolis, and I just got him on my new album. So
really?
Little 6 degrees of separation, as they say.
That's how it works, man. Mm-hmm. That new album's fucking sick, dude.
Thank you.
I believe the song, I think it's Trust. I think that's the one I really dig. Yeah, that one's fucking awesome, man.
Thank you. Some of those ones that are solo. I did a lot of collaborating on this one with certain artists that I just wanted to work with. But the ones that are solo, where I can kind of get my opinion out, because music to me has always been a diary. It's always been my way to kind of get whatever feelings I'm, want to get out of. I've always kind of been introverted in a sense and a little guarded. So music has always been that outlet for me to get it out, and trust is one where I definitely was feeling something, some type of way.
Yeah, man. I was going to ask, do you feel like, well, I guess this is going to be kind of an easy question to answer, but, you're on the sobriety path for how long has it been now?
2 years.
2 years. Congratulations, man. That's awesome,
Thank you.
dude. Do you feel like that really revamped, or restructured how you were writing your music?
I think so. Definitely a little bit. You're in such a fogged mind state for so many years of my life, like I was, on drugs and alcohol, that, it kind of skewed what kind of music I thought I should make. Or, I've always been honest and real in my music. Even when I was going through my stuff with drugs and alcohol, I would talk about it in my music. Sometimes not as openly, maybe just a little line here or there. But, yeah, it's definitely kind of changed the way that I look at music and the way that I make it, for sure. I think I have a little bit more focus and a little bit more patience than I used to. That was one of the big things I noticed, because before I would, rush things and put things out and not really put a lot of effort into them. But I know for these last 2 albums that I have done sober, I've put a lot more thought and work into them, honestly, I think. And I think, the results have shown a little bit.
For sure. I can't remember, and I wish whenever I stopped and said what's up to you at Four Winds after you got off stage, I wish I would have remembered then to ask you, excuse me, what song it was you were performing up there. And I'm trying to remember what the beginning of the lyrics were about, man. But it was a very deep song. Is all I remember. And I can't remember if it had something to do with your dad, maybe?
Oh, Wishes. Wishes is the name of the song. I wrote that when I was not sober. That song is an older song, so it's very... That's one of those ones where it was, you kind of get a look into the kind of the destructive lifestyle that I was living at the time. But that one is super important to me. I always make sure to play that one because it is so honest. And when you're playing for a new crowd like that, that's the one that I feel like people remember the most. And there's a perfect example of it.
There you go. It worked.
Is it hard for you to go back to your older stuff, knowing that you were on drugs and alcohol, and perform it live today as a sober dude?
Yeah, there's definitely some lines that you cringe about, and you're like, that's not who I am anymore. But, I don't regret any of the music that I made or any of the things that I said, because that was just a part of my journey and where I was as a person. So, people still enjoy those songs, and I still enjoy playing them. So, definitely some wincing lines in there, but for the most part, I don't really mind.
Oh yeah, I don't know the exact numbers either, man. I've seen you sharing it online, but the new album you dropped is getting a significant amount more plays than the stuff you've released before. Yeah, you want to go into that for a minute, man? Yeah, I saw some numbers. It looked really impressive.
Well, along with getting sober, I definitely have more time on my hands to focus in on making content and marketing my music and, making money in general and not blowing it on whatever the case may be.
Right.
So I've had a lot more focus and a lot more, resources to promote my music, and that has helped tremendously. I've had more time to go on the road. I've built way more genuine connections. Before, when I would go and do shows, I might not talk to a certain amount of people because I was worried about doing this or that and the third. And now I'm actually engaging and meeting people. Justin Strawstone being one of those people that I met at a Sioux City show, and I kind of stalked on the internet and was in his ear, in his mailbox, like, yo, man, I'm trying to, get out here, and he gave me an opportunity, and the spider web grows. So it's only helped my numbers tremendously on all social media platforms, but in person too, making those genuine connections with fans and other artists and venues and whatever the case may be. So I'm very lucky. The numbers have been going great.
Oh yeah, man. I also got to ask, I saw you opened for MGK, huh?
Yeah, that was...
How did that happen? Yeah, what's up with that?
It was a long time ago, and it was honestly at a point in my life, I was 20 years old. Definitely, definitely not music I would perform anymore. That was a long time ago, but one of the perks of being, one of maybe 20, 30 rappers that take it seriously in this state, you get the bigger opportunities. So, we were putting work in, me and my crew, when this is back in 2015, and opportunity arose, and, we did it. It was a Halloween show, and I think it was still one of the biggest shows I've ever played, thousands of people, and great time. And I've gotten the chance to share stages with tons of artists that I looked up to, and get to have conversations with those guys. So, yeah, incredibly blessed that I've, done all these things over the past 13 years now that I've been doing shows. Very lucky. And MGK was great opportunity, incredible memory that I'll never forget.
Is there anything that when you open up for these artists, is there anything that you learn that you apply?
For sure. You see how people handle themselves, and how they're, handling sound check, how they're handling themselves during the show, how their crew is, the people that they have around them and that they have working for them, kind of just see how they do business, whether it's watching how they sell merch or watching what things that work on stage, like how they're performing, how they're interacting with the crowd, selection of music, the type of equipment that they're using. You try to sponge it all. If you're not a student of the game, I don't think you're going to progress as fast as you think. Some people think that there's no room for improvement, but there always is. It's always a learning opportunity, especially when you're around an artist that is that successful. You would be stupid to not pay attention.
Absolutely. I get that for sure. I think, is that our boy Lee on your wall back there? I'm trying to see.
Oh,
is that Pop Evil? Yeah. I thought I saw it.
They come up to Minot, North Dakota quite often. The bar that I worked at, the original, awesome music venue, and they would come up there before they were big. And so they built a really good rapport with Adam Hoffman, the owner of the O. And so they always come up here every tour. They're incredible. I've got to work with them and see their show many times. They're awesome.
I have this bad thing I do where I sleep on people. And I slept on Pop Evil until about 4 months ago, dude. Until we had him on the podcast.
So mad.
Like, we got to get Lee on, and we got him on, and I was like, oh, I'll listen to the music, and then I was listening to it, and I was like, you fucking idiot, they're so good. Like, what did you do?
So where do you
indigenous artists? Yeah,
where do you work at then? Like, are you working at a music venue, like working on your music at night, or how does this work? Or is music your full-time job?
It's not. I still have my 9 to 5. I was bartending for a long time. That's what I was doing at a music venue. Also throwing shows there and stuff, but I wouldn't really call that like that's once every few months. But right now I'm doing home and car audio stuff. So I'm still doing a lot of stuff with audio, commercially, doing sound systems for venues and stuff like that. So still stuff that involves music that I genuinely enjoy, but a steadier income that I can lean back on. It's tough being an independent artist grinding. I'm making good money doing it now. But eventually I'll get there where I'm just doing that full time.
What's the music scene like up there, man? Like, I'm curious, like, is it thriving? Is it a good local scene? What's it like up there?
We definitely have a really good metal scene. That is the big thing. Fargo, North Dakota is the biggest city in North Dakota, and they've always had a good music scene, whether it's hip hop or metal. But when you venture outside of that city, it's we're not much there. Like my hometown, we're pretty much the only people kind of doing stuff. If you're not really a cover band, you're not getting good gigs like that up here. So you gotta venture out. We try our best to throw shows and kind of keep the talent circulating, but you're better off going touring. That's really what a lot of our bigger artists have done. They either move to Nashville if they're country artists, which we've had successful country artists. Tiger Lily Gold is doing pretty well in Nashville themselves. So we've definitely had artists that have broke out, but it was never here. So you gotta go tour.
So where's the coolest city that you've performed at?
My favorite city is Omaha, Nebraska. Of course. Are you kidding me? It's the greatest city I've ever been to. I love it. What place do you get the most incredible burgers outside of the venue every show? You know what I mean? And you get to see so many incredible artists and different. I'm being serious. Omaha is incredible. I'm a big fan of Arizona. I've been going there for a long time. So Phoenix and Tucson. I'm going to hit the Pacific Northwest later this year. So Portland, Seattle, that'll be.
That'll be
I'm
dope,
just
dude.
excited to go there. I've never been to the Pacific Northwest, so I'm really excited to see those cities. But Louisiana's always a good time just because they got incredible food.
Yep.
I love Louisiana so much, Baton Rouge or New Orleans. So anywhere, there's so many different. You love little things about every single place that you go, whether it's a person, whether it's people, friends, food, places to go see. So I'm trying to add more to the list.
What's
Yes.
what's your way of connecting with people while you're on the road? Do you just do you get their Instagram handle? Do you collect email addresses? How are you building this fan base up?
Yeah, for sure. So I've definitely leaned it a lot more hard into my website now and doing collecting emails. I do collect them when I sell merch as well. When you purchase stuff through my Shopify, which is what I do my website through as well, it'll collect emails and do all that. Bands in Town is always a great one too to, kind of get people to know where you're playing. Or Instagram is always, I've always noticed that that's kind of like the business card for other artists is like, what's your Instagram? So stuff like that too. But yeah, definitely trying to accumulate more emails and information and contacts for people just to keep them around because, people can see you one day, buy a t-shirt, like your music, and then never look you up again. So it's always good to follow up and check in on people and have another way to, send them information.
Do you have a team or is it all by yourself?
Pretty much just all me. I definitely do have a team. Callie, my DJ, he's my engineer as well. Rhett, a videographer, Eddie, my hype man. But as far as marketing and booking, I do all of that my own.
How challenging is that for you? Because we've had so many artists on here. It's like, well, now I got to be a TikTok creator and now I got to do this. And I mean, you really have to be the jack of all trades.
Honestly, I look at it as a challenge, a new challenge. I think it's a good thing because, to not have these resources was a lot worse than having them. So if I got to make content and stuff on TikTok and figure that out, I am more than willing to because before there was no platform that you could post a video and no matter who you are, you could go viral. You could reach a new audience. So I'm never going to complain about having more tools in the toolbox per se. If I got to be on camera and figure out how to do that, then I'm going to do it. And it's a new way to express the art form and kind of tell a different story other than just music. You can do visuals, you can do this or that. So I think of it as a good thing.
Oh yeah, you seem like a cinematic guy to me, man. It's something about your album covers and everything. Like when I scrolled past the new one, I don't know why it just screamed Game of Thrones to me for a second. I don't know why. So I was wondering, are you big into that kind of like where you want to make everything a story kind of a deal or what?
Definitely. I think my favorite projects as a kid were ones that told a story or had little skits or little kind of an overarching theme that kind of, took you through the journey of said project. And I'm a huge movie nerd, love, television and anime and all that stuff. So cinematography is awesome. So trying to translate that into music form is always cool to me. And I am a huge nerd like that. So I definitely enjoy throwing themes and kind of the glue together to hold, the art piece together.
All right, if you're a big movie nerd, what's the best vampire movie ever?
The best vampire movie? Best vampire movie. Ooh. I love Van Helsing. That's a really good one. Let's see here. Good vampire movie.
If I had my poster behind me still, I would give you the cheat sheet, but it's down
Okay, well,
now.
let's hear yours then. You
Oh,
sound
mine's
like you're
Lost-
more
Lost
knowledgeable
Boys,
than me.
dude. All day
Lost
it's
Boys, yes.
Lost Boys for me, dude.
Dude,
That or
if you're
30
not
Days a
saying-
Night.
If you're not saying Buffy the Vampire Slayer, dude, what the fuck?
Dude, our podcast get canceled for saying that kind
I'm
of
more
shit.
of a Twilight guy myself,
Twilight.
I mean, Twilight, dude, yes. I love Twilight.
Stop.
I could go on.
Skin
and
of
on
a
about
killer,
Twilight.
Bella. It's the skin of a killer.
Didn't we have this problem a couple weeks ago where people we were joking and then it turned into a Team Edward, Team Jacob thing or some shit?
It did.
I thought so.
I gotta hold it down for my indigenous boy, so I'm Team Jacob all the way, man.
There you go.
I love it, man. I love it. So, if you got to collab and with a rock band, because you seem like you would kill it with a rock band. It's been a
For
while
sure.
since I've seen this happen. It used to happen a lot, man, where rappers and hip hop artists would team up with rock bands. I feel like I haven't seen
Right.
it as much lately.
No,
Who would you
not
pick
really.
to do it with, man? Who in the scene would you be like, oh, this would be somebody I'd want to team up with?
In the scene, ooh, that would be good. We have an awesome death metal band here in North Dakota named Maul, and they're an incredible group. That would be an awesome one to do it with. Another one, Brooks Lane. I know they're from Minneapolis, but that would be an incredible one. They do more pop punk, but I feel like a rap would fit in perfectly with that. There's tons of incredible bands, especially in this area in the Midwest. I feel like there's, because I feel like the most prevalent genre that we have in this area is rock and bands like that. So hopefully I can hear some new ones at Glizzy Fest in a couple.
Yeah, we'll talk about Glizzy. We're going to talk about the Glizzy.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what? I would like to see you team up with an artist like Echo. Have you heard of Echo?
Yeah.
EKOH and
For
Fix
sure.
PHIX and Ryan
yeah.
Oakes. I feel like you have that energy. I feel like there's something there that like I see in them that I see in you. I feel like there could definitely be something there, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys are always on my TikTok feed constantly. Their content games are undeniable. So I'm a big fan, especially the stuff that they talk
social
about.
media. My God.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Masters.
Magnolia Park. You know who they are, Dakota?
Absolutely. They did
Okay.
the eye to eye cover for Disney.
So
oh my God, incredible
I went
band.
down to the summer school tour in Kansas City. Our homeboy Letdown was on that, and Magnolia Park was on it. We had them on the podcast and shit, but I was going to hang out with them for a minute and say what's up to them, and they are literally in the parking lot of the venue making TikToks when I saw them. They're just making TikToks all day. That's all they do.
That's how I found them, was on TikTok.
Yeah. That's literally all they do, and it's just crazy to me. Like, that's their moneymaker, man. Like, they figured out kind of like the home team and
incredible.
everybody else. They're like, that's where their money's at, man.
Yeah. It's just a part of the gig now. It's just, that's how the music industry is changing, and you either would do it or you don't. It's up to you still, but
That eye-to-eye cover is fucking dope. So, Cole, have you
Awesome.
heard that?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I heard that. Yeah.
From the
Goofy
Goofy
movie is one of my
It's so-
favorite Disney movies of all time. So hearing them cover that, I was like, oh man, and they did it so great.
I feel like Powerline probably, like, spawned a bunch of rock stars as a
Oh,
kid. When
dude,
you were
Tevin
watching that,
Campbell
like-
is, besides the stuff that he did for the Goofy movie, incredible artist.
yeah.
Tevin Campbell was awesome.
That was our Michael Jackson. It was our Disney Michael Jackson that didn't do with weird
Damn
shit.
right. He did great.
That's dope, man. So, yeah, let's talk about Glizzy Fest, man. Strawstone's crazy. I love that dude, man. Only he could throw a hot dog fest. I mean, only he could do it.
He'll have like the littlest idea and he'll throw it out into the world. And then 2 days later, he's like, all right, it's happening. And there's a million bands on it and we're all going to have a great time. And you're like, all right, fuck yeah. And he hits you up and he's like, hey, man, you want to play? I'm like, I am there, dude. Hot dog festival, count me in.
What are you more
is-
excited for, to perform or eat a hot dog?
Oh, I'm a big boy, man. I love me a hot dog. I love me a glizzy. But getting to perform in Omaha, I played the waiting room. I've never played Reverb Lounge next door, so I'm excited to be on that stage and kind of feel that out too. So, just excited to be down in Omaha again. It's always incredible. All the artists that I meet, it's always a great time. Incredible scene that you guys have.
And this is turned into a 2-day fest. Which night are you
Yep.
on? I can't remember.
Friday.
Sorry. The Friday. What's the date of that one? Do you know?
First?
Is it the first?
No, it's the 28th of February. The first is the Saturday.
Okay.
Strawstone's gonna listen to this and be like, "You weren't prepared at all." DT." I'm like,
February
"I'm sorry,
28th.
man."
February 28th, I will be at the Reverb Lounge. You can find me live at Glizzy Fest Day 1. Get your tickets now.
Spicoli, so this podcast didn't get released because we had some technical difficulties with Tabo. But Tabo, we asked him about playing the Glizzy Fest, and he's like, "Fuck no, I ain't playing that."
And then he's on night
And
2.
now I see night 2. The headliner's Tabo, and
Justin is a
I wish I
convincing
could've
man.
released it.
I mean,
He is a convincing guy.
yeah, if there's one person that's going to convince you to do some shit, Strawstone will get in your ear over and over and over until you're just like begging for mercy.
That's why we blend so well together. I am the type of person that will be direct and try to get shit done as quick as possible, and he's the exact same way. So I definitely respect him highly. Just what he means to that music scene, not only in Omaha, but a better part of the Midwest in total. So every time he's called with an opportunity, I have been more than honored to do it.
Yeah, that room's gonna be packed, man. Reverb is gonna
I'm
be
very
packed for
excited.
those 2 nights. It's gonna be. It's gonna be something, man. I'm excited to see what the turnout is. Maybe one of us will dress up like maybe I'll dress up like a hot dog and come out and
Be the mascot, David.
Yes, I totally agree. That would be incredible. You
Be
can join me on
Dakotah's
stage. We can rap
hype
together.
man in a hot dog costume.
Yeah, I need
got
that.
Let's go.
All right, then I guess
you can't put this shit out in the universe, man, because you know what happens.
it's gonna happen. Then do I need?
I'm
to
gonna be looking for you too.
Do I need to be the mustard then? If you're the hot dog, am I the mustard?
Mustard. We'll replay the Super Bowl.
We can do the cover of TV off.
Oh my god, that should be.
All right, we got it.
Boom.
Oh,
We got
now
ourselves
if
a
you
show.
now if he looks out in the crowd and he doesn't see someone wearing like the mustard thing, he's gonna be like, "This motherfucker."
Be like, they lied. How
I'll
could they
be
leave
there.
me like
I'm
this?
coming for sure.
Bet.
I don't know if we wear a
Bet.
hot dog suit, but we'll
Oh
see.
no, that's fine. That's fine.
Maybe I'll
we'll
wear a
figure it out.
shirt.
We'll figure
well,
it out.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe we can get a Glizzy Fest shirt. I don't know, man. We
got
support
to.
we support Strawstone really hard, man.
It
He's a
seems like
great
everybody
dude.
does. He's awesome. Everybody I talk to about him, nothing but good things to say about him.
Yeah, he's helped us out a ton. Like we started the whole Good Life Records thing, and you know we have bands that are under us now. So, I mean, like I'll shoot him a message because we have a festival coming up. So we like plan around each other, and we just coordinate things so that way what we do doesn't affect him, what he doesn't do with us. So I mean, like we are just. He is a solid dude, man. He has taught me a ton about the scene and how he does things. So I appreciate the fuck out of that dude. So him and this whole Glizzy. Decent Dogs thing. I mean, he's going out tonight to the Omaha Entertainment Awards and taking like 600 hot dogs and trying to sell out. Like, dude, fucking get it.
I'm sure he will too. He's a persistent guy.
Oh yeah,
2 degrees out, but he's selling those hot dogs, man. Damn.
Hey,
he
they're
don't
hot.
care.
They're hot, man. It's cold, but it's hot.
Strawstone don't give a fuck. He's out there slinging glizzies.
Right, rain, snow, or shine, he's there.
Have
That's
you?
it. Yeah.
I mean, I think you and ISO could probably kill some shit together too, man. To be honest with you.
Oh, I would love to. He's an awesome artist. Definitely look up to him. Just see how he conducts himself and does business. Definitely something I've talked to Strawstone about. So, maybe we can make that happen one day. Definitely somebody I would love to collab with.
That's somebody you need to just jump on the tour with. I think that would.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I'm trying to put in my work.
Yeah, like I
people
said,
what
man,
I'm
and
about.
I'm not like that guy or anything. But like I
Right.
said, when I saw you, man, it was like an immediate 180 to turn around and look at the stage, and then I mean, you're not a small dude either. So I mean, like you're a big dude up on that stage, so you command that room in a very well way, man. So like,
thank you.
I think, man, people are gonna start hearing your name a lot more. I have a feeling, my friend.
I agree.
Sure.
I agree. I'm gonna make damn sure of it. That's for sure. That's
it.
my job. That's where I come in.
Yep, I love it, man, and that's
man.
what you got to do, man, because it's all about the good. Good music finds people, and you're putting out
Right.
good music. It'll find people, and opportunities come up. And it sounds like a guy like you are not gonna turn down any opportunity coming your way.
I've been doing this for long enough to know that when a door opens, you break it down. You go through full force and you give it as 110% effort every single time. And the opportunities will come, like you said. Just got to be ready for them.
Right, ready and hungry, ready and
Ready and
hungry.
hungry. I'm starving.
He's ready. Let's go.
Ready to get that glizzy.
That's right.
Get that glizzy fest money.
Get that decent
Hey,
dog.
So for people who haven't heard your music yet, if they had to go hear one song to define what Dakotah Faye is, what would be the song you would point them to?
I think the perfect song is Same Old Love Songs, which is the intro on my new album, Uninvited Guests. I think it just perfectly encapsulates what I'm about and where I'm at in my life and the topics and the things that I talk about, not just from a technical standpoint, rapping-wise, but melodic on the hooks, just sound, content, and everything that I'm about. I think that's a perfect song. And then once you listen to that, listen to the second song on the album, then listen to third, fourth, listen to the whole thing. You'll be hooked.
It definitely has that MGK NF kind of vibe.
Yeah, for sure. The really nice melodic hooks, meaningful lyrics with some technical rap.
Yeah, you killed it, man.
Thank you.
But shit, yeah, man, we're stoked for you to come back to Omaha, man. Like I said, we'll be out
Super
there,
excited.
man. We'll be rocking out with you in the crowd, man, and having a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait to be back. Glizzy Fest is going to be awesome. It's a couple weeks, so I am very excited to hit the road and be back.
Hell yeah.
Till the midnight hour. All the way